Good afternoon, everybody. I'm here to take you through my version of the Altoids stove. A little bit safer, longer lasting, no need to carry extra fuel. Once you make them at the house, they stay waterproof probably forever. I use a beeswax candle and cotton balls. So very simple to use. You buy them extremely cheap. You got a little handful of cotton balls, about this big. It'll keep your stove going for over 30 minutes. Boils water just as quick. In my case, not only is it safer because you're not carrying fluid, but it's safer because you can see the flame in comparison to heat fuel, as I also have used and set up on my other stove. And as you can see, I carry it in a flask instead of a little piece of plastic. The flask itself is a lot sturdier, a lot less dangerous, leak-proof, but heavier to carry. So let me put you on standby and get started on this little excursion. Okay, I'm back. Let's go through this step by step. First of all, the Sucrets can, a little bit smaller, so it fits on a canteen cup stove real well. A regular Altoids can, beeswax candle, melted down into the bottom. And what I use to keep it safe is a heat gun. And what I do is I melt a full candle down inside the Altoids can. And I also take a candle, as you can see the yellow one here, and just melt one, drip one on cotton balls. I use regular old everyday cotton balls. What I'm doing here is getting all the wax that I've already melted off the candle, like so. Just let it drip off. Stand by. Okay, as you can see, I've got the wax completely melted. I take my cotton balls, I sit them down inside the wax, which gives me my base for a good stove. The object then is to let this cool till it becomes hard. That's what's left of the candle. And while we're waiting for this to get a little on the hard side, take the canteen cup, preparing this for cooking. It has the air holes to allow the heat to come up. On the back side, the cutout that they have for the handles just won't fit over an Altoids stove. So I took my Dremel tool, cut the two corners out. On a regular Altoids stove, this will fit right on top of the stove. I also use this as my damper. That keeps the flame from coming up the side and allows the heat to come out the other side. When using the stove, it comes right off, and you can then shut the stove. You can shut the burner down just by closing it. Okay, this is starting to harden up now, and stand by. We'll wait till it gets real hard and then I'll light it. Okay, I'm back. All the wax is hardened. It's now solid. in order to light this, I've done this 3 times, and it's worked every time, so we're going to try it one more time. That's all it takes to light this thing. As you can see, the flame is starting here in the corner. I'm going to take about 6 ounces of water, 8 ounces. And everybody says wait for this thing to start cooking before you put anything on it. Well, why waste heat? As you can see, the flame is building. I'll continue to show you how good this is. Flame is getting better. Again, burn time about 30 minutes. If you start it like this, you probably get more out of it. I didn't put a timer on it, but we're going to see. I have 1343 hours. We're going to see what this does to the water. And I'll put you on standby until we get going. And I'll turn you back on and give you the time. I wanted to show you how this thing is progressing. It's now 13:48, that's 5 minutes. And if you look down inside the cup, you'll see where the boil is already starting. A lot of steam coming up. Have some smoke from the candle. And it's not even burning fully yet, so you get an idea of how this thing does burn that fast. I'm very happy with it. Take this off, close it, and you can see that water is already hot enough at 5 minutes to make coffee. You can get a good boil going and a little bit more than that, but because of the little bit of smoke I got, I decided to shut her down and just let it sit. All the smoke got shut off. A little warm and I don't have gloves. Everything got shut off. It can be used another time. That was only 5 minutes and it barely burned anything. I should have gloves here as a safety factor, but didn't think ahead. But as you can see, the water is still boiling. The water is still very, very hot and steamy. And it's warm. It's in my cellar. It's a heated cellar. And you saw how I lit it with my ferrite. Very easy, very quick, didn't need matches. Very happy with it. Very safe. Didn't even burn half the wax. Didn't even burn half the cotton balls. Made a little bit of smoke as it was lighting. But as you can see, that's usable again and again and again until it finally completely burns everything out and there's nothing left. And you take home the empty can and redo it at the house. That's my take on pocket stoves. So much less dangerous than the heat fuel. Even though heat fuel is faster, you have to carry this extra amount with you. Have to carry that. The stove is virtually the same. I could have put wax in here. My 3 little legs from my stand-up stove. And my water also Fits right on top of that stove. It's a cleaner burn, yes, but even with smoke, if you cover your utensils first with soap, clean them up, take them out, it's so easy to get the black off. Okay, everybody. That's my take on the Altoids stove. Be safe. Have a good day. Thank you.